All right, everybody, it is week 3 of college football, man. I can't believe it. This is great. Things are rocking and rolling so far. You see some video coming in from Notre Dame, but we've got the risk of weather impact, the Roe forecast, and some of these games are going to be affected. If it's not heat, it's going to be rain, it's going to be some wind. We've got a very special guest coming back. We've got Craig Carton, host of Craig Carton Show. Dude, great to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
I love it when you're here. Now, we're talking about some of these games right here. We're going to do the Big Ten Network first, the ones that we're broadcasting right there.
Makes sense.
I know, because you're like, Central Michigan, well, okay.
I mean, if you're the Chippewas, do you really have a chance in this game?
I don't, well,
what is a Chippewa? Does anybody know? Is it a small rodent?
Yeah, I think it's an Indian tribe, right?
I take it back. I apologize.
I'm not sure.
That's not cool. You set me up for that one.
No, I did. I don't know what it is.
Here come the complaints and the calls.
That's not going to happen. But
I'm sure there's a casino there. It's fine.
That's right. Look at Michigan. They're ranked 23rd, so maybe they do have a choice.
Well, you know, Michigan's also in a weird spot this game. Their head coach was suspended for 2 games because of the alleged cheating scandal.
Yeah.
So you have an interim head coach, someone from the coaching staff.
Yep.
So play it out, human nature. If I'm the interim head coach and nobody knows who I am outside of Michigan, I want to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
They're going to win by 70. Right?
You're going to get that.
Because that's how you get a head coaching job.
True. Yeah, that's a terrific point. But weather is not going to be a factor for that. The Fox game, 3:30. We're talking about now. We're talking about some teams right here that you've heard of, right? Sure. Oregon State against Texas Tech. Weather-wise, it could be a lot worse in Texas this time of year. The temperatures could be smoking hot.
Okay.
Not going to be.
Looks like they're not going to be. So a little win there. Texas Tech favored. They're a better team. They're a ranked team. And right now, all the jockeying in college football, it's way early in the season, is about getting into the top 12.
Right.
You want to be in the tournament at the end of the season. And games like this, you're ranked, they're not ranked, you're at home, you're favored by a bunch. You know, that's why you have to start leaning towards those types of teams. Because if you lose to Oregon State,
you're done, right?
It's a wrap.
It's even more so now because they don't even look good. This one, how about this?
Yeah, crazy.
19?
Well, we're about to get a new head coach in Alabama, and don't you just love it? Unless you're an Alabama Crimson Tide fan, everyone else loves watching long-time successful teams like the Patriots, like the Chiefs in the NFL, go right downhill. Now, they'll fire their coach. You know, they're 1-1 this year. They're favored by a bunch over Wisconsin. Shows you where Wisconsin's at now. And it looks like no Roe.
No
Roe.
You got 89. I mean, 91 degrees. What do you think? You think Gruden's going to be down there?
I think he will be the biggest name for every opening. Florida, Alabama, and some NFL jobs as well.
Don't say Giants. Man.
But there's a part of me that thinks, like, one of the great things about college football is when you get, like, you're in the big house in Michigan, right? Or you're down at Ole Miss, or you're at Alabama. You want a little bit of weather, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Like, college football should be played in wind and rain and snow and sleet.
When we were kids, that's how we played, man. High school football is where it was. Speaking of Ole Miss, that's the team that I pay for, right? Playing Arkansas. It's my in-laws are all my outlaws. I call them. All went to Arkansas, and now we're playing Ole Miss. It's a Van Dillen kind of a little.
This
rift.
is like a civil war in the Van Dillen household.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Might get a little.
And you
testy.
paid for the left guard. That's how I understand
it. Seems like it, man. I mean, my good. That's why I'm still here.
I'm a huge Lane Kiffin guy. I've wanted Lane to come coach the Jets for a very long time. He's one of the great coaches in college football. They're 2-0, and I do think come playoff time, Ole Miss will be a part of it.
You think they're going to make it this year?
I do.
Kentucky knocked them out last year.
I do. I'm a huge Kiffin guy. Huge.
Yeah. Okay, so they got to make the top 12. They're 17 right now, but they haven't really played. They play Kentucky.
And that's the weird thing about college football this time of year. A lot of the better schools are now trying to kind of rig the schedule. Like take Penn State. Penn State last week played FIU. It's a design school. And this week they're playing Villanova.
Oh my gosh.
Villanova's not even Division I.
Who was Long Island? Who did Long Island play? They played
LIU, Brooklyn, LIU, whatever it was. I think played Florida State or something like that.
Yeah, it's like.
But it's a big check.
Big. I mean,
let's abuse our kids emotionally so we get a big check for the program.
And physically. I mean, they're like 300 pounds heavier. Look at this Clemson Tigers. This is a game that's going to be interesting. ACC rivalry. You're finally getting one. I went to the Clemson Tigers LSU game at home. Clemson. It wasn't that great. Didn't turn out that great. Great fan base. So fun. Tech, though, man, they've got their number.
Georgia Tech came out of the gate looking pretty good.
Yeah.
It's an ACC matchup.
Yeah.
Clemson, of course, is a much better team. Georgia Tech's
Did you watch them last? You probably didn't watch it.
I did not.
Troy
I'm not
State,
gonna lie to
they
you.
struggled with they struggled
because
with Troy.
you're trying to tell 19, 20-year-old kids who you're
Pep.
paying, by the way, to get amped up for a team that they know they can beat just by showing up.
It's such a good point.
Right?
You're talking about lower Alabama team.
And by the way, Georgia Tech's a basketball school anyway.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's never been a football school.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's true. All right, Texas A&M against Notre Dame. Now we're starting to talk. We're starting to cook with some teams right there.
So it's funny you said we're in week 3 of college football.
Yeah.
Notre Dame hasn't played in a month. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
No joke. They lose the opener, haven't played since then.
Right.
They've had what seems like forever off. It's at Notre Dame, little Golden Chapel action, right?
Right.
And this is going to be a beatdown. I don't know if it was weather, no impact, really, right? Look,
zero.
nice night
Yeah,
in
zero.
Indiana. Yeah, this is A&M's in a bad spot in this game. Yeah,
They're going to be pinned. They're 16th now. They're not terrible. Now, this is a game right here. Vandy against the Gamecocks. Are you looking at another SEC? First of all, Vandy being in the SEC makes me laugh all the time.
Same.
All right,
Likewise.
so that's good. But
we should just have one major conference, put the 40 best schools in it.
You think?
Because that's where we're going anyway, right?
And just call it the SEC?
Like, we've bastardized conferences. Like, it used to be the Big 10. Now it's what, the Big 20?
From now on, we're labeling you Commissioner Carton. Man.
Yeah,
I love it.
by the way,
Why not?
because some of this stuff's just common sense. And I'm not going to lie to you. I made a vow to my audience 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I would never lie to you. I can't name a single kid on the Vanderbilt team.
I can't either.
So
All right,
I'm
we're
just going to
good.
assume they lose. Is that a fair
Well,
assumption?
they're going to South Carolina, too. They're going into the Sand Hills. It could be a lot hotter than what it actually is, but still, you're right.
Yeah, and I also like to use the mascots a lot when I try to pick games.
Yeah.
Like, would you rather be a Commodore?
Or I'd rather be a Commodore myself.
Let that one go.
But it's all right, though. If you had those hats that were walking around in the 90s, that's
I would've had one.
That's why my friends went down there, just because of the hats. I'm like,
Of
"Yeah,
course.
so
And because
short-sighted."
you can say it.
Yeah.
Not here.
You guys
Yeah.
go. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, thanks, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Maybe we'll come back again. It might
There's a good
split us
chance
up.
this is my last appearance on Fox Weather. Always fun coming here. Have a great weekend.
It is. I appreciate it, man. Good
All
stuff.
good, all good.
All right, listen.